Selena Bowser, right over here. You describe yourself as a liberal, correct? Liberal?
I'd say if I were to put a label on it, yeah.
You also consider yourself a feminist?
Yeah.
Okay.
But not like completely, you know. But like I can do shit men can do too. You know?
So what does being a feminist mean to you then, if not
like
completely?
I think we should have equal opportunities. You know, we shouldn't have like a wage gap or anything like that.
You think we have a wage gap?
We used to.
So then, but today,
whenever
do
we used to, no, but it all plays into a role. It's all kind of systematic. If you really think about it and really dive down deep into the history of it, it really is.
Yeah, but so why are you still a feminist and fighting for that today?
I don't fight for it, but there's certain aspects of life where I'll be like, no, just because I'm a girl doesn't mean I can't do this. I can do this.
For example?
You know? Like, for example, like I'm a certified nursing assistant. I work in bariatric units. There will be men aides that'll try to do the heavy lifting for like the heavy residents and stuff like that. But they think because I'm a female or because I'm small that I can't do it, and then...
Or do you think that's just potentially them being gentlemen?
Sometimes, yeah, a lot of the time, actually.
So that would be the opposite of
There's a lot of the time where they're just like, oh, you can't do this. You know, you get that. You do get that from men a lot.
Yeah, but that's not systematic.
I have never got that.
That's not a personal level. That's not systematic
that's
whatsoever.
Just one specific instance. Systematic meaning like all across the world and all kinds of employments. Not just employment either, just in general, you know, walking down the street or whatever. You never know what...
walking down the street is also not systematic.
Yeah, I actually get it for being small.
It's decreased a lot.
Like,
I wouldn't think you need to be labeled.
I get it for being like small.
What
like,
do you get? What do
like guys asking me like if I'm trying to get my water off the shelf, they'll be like, "Do you want me to get that for you?"
But that's being
That's
nice.
kind
That's being polite.
There's obviously a difference between...
That is chivalry.
No, but it's like
And being
every
like a
single
jerk
time.
about
It's
it.
like every time because they doubt that I can lift it.
But
You're literally
4'11".
4'11".
So
Can you reach more than the third shelf?
yeah, it's on the bottom shelf.
She might want to climb
It's on the bottom. It's on the bottom
But if they're
shelf.
trying to be funny, I mean, it's just a...
No, it's
if
not
they're
funny. It's like they're just like.
But also,
down
even
low.
so, that's not systematic whatsoever. There's going to be horrible people everywhere you go, honestly. People will treat you incorrectly,
And can I just say
unfortunately,
that with the feminism thing, the fact that we've come to a stage right now where you're saying that people want to help you with things and you're saying that people want to help you with things, and that's the opposite of being mean or oppressive.
Yeah.
That's actually men going out of their way to come and be kind to you, and that's what feminism is. And
See,
you guys
that's
are
where I got
clutching at
misunderstood
straws.
because I didn't say it was from someone trying to help me, but whenever they do it in a demeaning way, like a degrading way.
Okay, so then I say you have
trying
a...
to act like you're not good enough to do
Sure,
it.
I get what you're saying, but then you would have a personal problem with that specific individual. That doesn't make you a feminist. It just means that that person on that specific occasion wasn't nice to you.
Yeah, I
Well,
wouldn't
maybe I
label
misunderstood
yourself.
that because there's plenty of times where that scenario or similar
Do you
things
think
has
that there are
happened
many times where the
where I have to
scenario-
hold on. I'm still talking, but there's been many scenarios where that has happened and they were just degrading with it. So there's obviously I see that there's a difference between being degraded and being feminism, but also being like someone being polite to you. But either way, like whenever you're being degraded, you're gonna not want that. You're gonna want to try to stick up for yourself and do what you can do for yourself.
So I wouldn't
Okay.
label yourself as feminist. I think you're just standing up for yourself. I don't think you would need to label them.
Yeah, like I said, that could have been a mistake because there's plenty of times where I said that, I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm just sticking up for myself, and they've been like, oh, you're being a feminist,
Do you think that maybe sometimes it's just more practical for men to do the heavier lifting because men are stronger than women?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think that'd be the best thing to
And do you think
but
for the most
doing
part-
it in a nice way.
Sure. Do you think for the most part that the men are doing all of the heavy lifting in society, all of the jobs that you would never see, all of the people paving the roads, doing the concreting, doing all of the heavy lifting of the jobs that you would never, ever last 5 minutes in, and you
Yes.
never get to see that. So men doing the heavy lifting in society is 99.9% purely benevolent.
But that also plays into the systematic stuff that I was talking about because a lot of women can't get jobs in construction. They
Have
get
you ever tried to
turned
be
down.
a concreter?
No, but I totally
Why wouldn't you
would.
want to be a concreter?
I totally would.
Why
I
aren't
would
you a
love to do
concreter?
that.
Okay, why aren't you?
Because I'm not educated on it. My schooling was for
Why
CNA.
don't you go and get educated on concreting?
Well, right now my life is a little bit rough, but I totally would. Like as soon as I get things straightened out,
Sure.
I want a different field.
Well,
I'm tired of the medical
let
field.
me tell you this, and you can disagree with me if you'd like. You wouldn't last 2 minutes as a concreter because unfortunately...
I'd like to try to prove people wrong.
In the modern world, you can think that all you want, and that's because your life is so comfortable that you can have that strain of thought. But the fact of the matter is that I did concreting for a few months, and I didn't last, and I'm not a weak guy. But these guys are some of the hardest people you'll ever meet in your life. They are up at the crack of dawn every day, breaking their backs. You would not last a single day. You can sit here and say girl power all you'd like. You wouldn't last a day, I guarantee you.
And I never said girl power. I just said I'd like to try
That's
to prove
essentially
people
the
wrong.
messaging, though. You're saying
Can
that
you-
you can do anything. You can't.
Can you
Not
carry
anything. Shoot.
Are you
Concrete's
able
one
to
of those
carry a
things.
300-pound man out of a burning building?
Wait, say that again?
Are you able to carry a 300-pound man out of a burning building?
I don't know. I can lift 300-pound men, but I don't think I could carry them out of the building.
So
that
what
might be a
about-
little bit rough, but if I had a friggin' wheelchair,
most firefighters aren't going to have wheelchairs.
I'd bring
that
one
easy on
in.
hand.
How would you lift that 300-pound man?
Yeah.
what I normally do is you have to grab under their arm. You have to basically give them a wedgie and
Yep.
pull them up. You have to use your knees, your legs, your back. Make sure you don't pull your back out. There's a
Right.
very specific
Perfect
way to do
technique.
it.
Yeah, and
Joe,
what's
what do you-
happening?
Transfer and pivot.
Joe,
Do
what
you
do you
think
take,
that
240?
you could pick up our
260?
security
260?
guard here?
210.
I
He's
might
only
be able
210.
to.
Do it.
Well, that's 90
That
pounds
you
less than
would.
what I just said. So if you can't pick him up, then
Do you want me to pick them up?
go
Let
for
me
it,
try.
Bob.
I'm gonna mess up my mic.
Also,
She did say from a burning building. So.
I did say from a burning building, and
Light this
likely
place
he'd be
on
tossed
fire.
over her shoulder, but.
1, 2, 3.
So I don't know how. Okay, watch everything else, but
210, you got it. Very impressive.
I would love to see you run up and down some stairs out of a burning building.
For
though.
a living, like I'm
but
just
the
stronger
point,
than
is,
I
but
look.
the point is, even as a CNA, just because I started
Joe got
way
ragdolled.
long ago, even as a nurse extern, which was lower than a CNA, you aren't even supposed to use those techniques. You're supposed to use the machines that they give you now because it's like causing a lot of harm.
That's
on your,
for
on your
that's
back.
for people who are scheduled for those lifts.
Ooh,
Like
nurse
there's
help.
people
Maybe
that
at
are only
different- maybe at different
one person
places,
assist and a
but-
2-person assist, and then there's people that are like doctor's notes. They have to use like a sit to stand, a maxi lift.
Yeah, but we're saying the dead weight. See, if you're a 1-person assist or a 2-person assist, you're
No,
not
if you're
using
dead
their
weight,
dead weight.
you have to do 2 people or a maxi.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You wouldn't necessarily need to with a 1-person assist. You're not taking dead body weight. They can use partial
Yeah,
weight.
limited
Yeah.
assistance.
So I think their point is like, would you carry a 300-pound person over your shoulders out of a burning building is much different than lifting,
Yeah, that's
up
what I
in
said.
bed.
If I had a wheelchair, I could get them in. I could get their ass in a wheelchair.
Firefighters
and
tend
get 'em
not to
out.
have those.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think the deeper point, though, is that we can debate this all day. It's just common sense and common knowledge of practicality to know that
Men are
women-
obviously stronger.
But yeah, but women can't do the jobs that men do, and you have to understand that these are thankless jobs for men because we don't really have much of a propensity to sit here and say, "Oh, my life's so hard." Because if we do that and we sit around saying that our life's hard,
Then people talk crap on you.
no, it's not even that. You'll just never get anywhere in life. We don't have the luxury of sort of sitting around and complaining on TikTok and then getting attention because we've got a little bit of cleavage out or that sort of thing.
Yeah.
We don't have that. We don't have that privilege. So men have to get up and go to work and do these jobs, and then it's actually. And I know that you've got your own opinion about this, and that's fine. But it's laughable to hear you say those sorts of things that I'm a feminist because men want to lift things from me. When if
That's
you
just
went and
one
just
example of many,
even
though.
if
Like,
you
I
went and
could
just
give better
observed what men
examples.
do from day in and day out. And the sort
I
of
do.
trauma that they put their bodies through.
Oh,
And I
trust
guarantee
me,
you there'd probably be
I
1,000
see
men
it,
in this
man.
chat right now.
I see it. I can see both sides to the story of like everything. But of course, I'm going to see my side more. I'm a female. I got a twat and titties.
Yeah, well, I would
So-
say that it sounds like you have a personal problem with the individual that did that. And do you have another example of something that would make you lean towards being a feminist, like nominally?
I'd have to sit there and think about it because being put on the spot, you got to like really like be like, what's another scenario in my life where this has happened,
Well, I think the point too is that women they have the choice to do those jobs. It's not like you're being prevented from doing those. If you really like he was saying, why don't you do that? You do have the option
if
to
you
do
can make it out.
It's because most women don't want to, 1, and 2, most women wouldn't make it doing it. I wouldn't make it doing it. Like that, it is what it is.
That's what the people hiring the people say, and that's why they say, no, I'm not hiring you. You're a girl. Unless you're like
that would be illegal. I don't know.
big-
I don't know
Oh,
how you
no.
could say you're
Or
a
if
girl
you
and you're
had-
not
Oh,
going
you
to
know
be
they get
hired.
away with
right.
it.
So if you had
You
a
know they
business,
get away with
maybe they're
it.
right.
That's discrimination.
Yeah, maybe,
Just saying.
maybe
Maybe
they're
they're
that's
right.
for the best. I don't know. Listen, I know that even in the military and law enforcement, women have lower standards to pass tests, like physical fitness tests, than men.
Then why
My
do they
concern-
think
no,
it
wait,
should
hold on,
be
let me finish.
then?
When my concern is when I send my husband off to work and he, look, I love all the women police officers he works with. But if they have a lower standard and he has that's his backup, that's concerning to me. That they don't have to run as fast or lift as heavy or be as quick. Yeah, that's
not fair.
No,
so they should have the same standards.
Well, yeah, that's more.
If they had the same standards,
if they had the same standards, it just wouldn't work. Then you wouldn't see women in a lot of fields that women are trying to pursue and failing.
So then
in.
why is it okay for like that dynamic then?
If you had a business,
what's the question?
wouldn't you hire the best people for your business?
Yeah, absolutely. But I also am the type of person to, even if you don't seem like you would be good enough, I'd be like, I'll give you a chance.
No, it's your business that you put a lot of money.
I would probably go under. Because I just am too nice.
Yeah, I don't like feelings in that regard. I don't I just want the best of the best to be doing the work.
See, that's why
if you
also,
earned it, you're the best of the best, then you do it. But if you don't qualify, no, I'm sorry. You might be a great person,
I'd
but
feel bad.
I know, but we can't hire. We hire people based off of our feelings, and that ends in.
And that's why men make the better leaders, because they take emotion out of decision making. They're more logical.